Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new Bipolar Untangled. I am Rudy Caseres, and today we are talking about sleep, which can be the cause and solution to all of bipolar's problems. So there's so much to cover when it comes to sleep, but I wanted to keep it to a handful of subtopics just for this episode, and we can always branch out in future episodes. So I get asked a lot of questions about sleep, and I ask myself and go on the Google machine to ask my own questions when it comes to sleep. And here are 5 of the most common. If you have a question that I didn't answer in this episode, please leave it in the comments and maybe I'll get to it in a future episode. So, first question, is it possible to sleep well during a manic episode? And the answer is kinda. I know it can seem nearly impossible to get good sleep when you're in the midst of a manic episode. So you really want to make sure that you're recognizing the signs of mania coming on, and you can take the skills that you learned, and we can talk all about different kinds of skills to manage bipolar mania in future episodes. But aside from just getting drugged up on medications, and I'm no doctor, so I'm not going to advise that. Talk to your doctor. But you just have to hunker down and really just like stay in your bed and not go anywhere, and making sure that you're staying out of trouble and recognizing the signs and reaching out to your support network and just making sure that you're doing all you can to, for lack of a better word, stay out of trouble. Next question, does poor sleep always lead to a manic episode? And in my case, no, otherwise I would be manic every other day and twice on Tuesdays. But that's just me. Other people that I know who are bipolar, if they deviate even the slightest from their sleep schedule, that can induce a manic episode. So they have to go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. They don't do red-eye flights. They don't stay out late at night. They're very strict about those things, because if they do deviate from them, they will become manic. Whereas with me, it can be a total crapshoot. It's not one I'm willing to test too often, so I try to stay somewhat adhere to my sleep schedule. But thankfully, when times that I do, I almost never become manic. Third question, what is the link between your circadian rhythm and bipolar? And so it's huge. I mean, I can talk a long time and do like several episodes just about circadian rhythm, because it's linked to bipolar and mania and depression and all the good things that come along with this thing can be tied to circadian rhythm. Basically, like when your internal clock, your circadian clock, gets thrown off, that can lead to both depressive manic episodes and mixed episodes and everything in between. So you really want to make sure that that clock is as close to on time as much as possible, on balance as much as possible. So that means going to sleep at the same time, waking up at the same time every day. It is not easy. Nobody's perfect, certainly not me, but when you can get it right, that can make all the world of a difference. Fourth question, is sleeping too much just as harmful as not sleeping enough? And the answer is yes, kinda, because it can lead to the same kinds of health issues, but also different, like having to do with your heart. But they're both not good and can be the sign that something is really wrong with your sleep and beyond. And so you really want to avoid sleeping too much. And in relation to bipolar, people have health conditions that make them sleep for 12, 14, 16, 20 hours at a time. I'm talking more about from just being too depressed, or after a long manic spree where you were awake for like 5 days straight, and then you crashed, and then you slept for 20 hours straight. Don't do that. And last question, Do bipolar people have more bizarre dreams than non-bipolar people? And the answer is sometimes. Now, the reasons that you may be having bizarre dreams can be medication related and just the side effects, or they could just be manic or depressive related. And usually this is tied to REM, the rapid eye movement, and that's when you can have the most vivid dreams. We usually have about 8 of these during a regular night's sleep. And they get longer as you are asleep. So shortly before waking up, you may have a 40-minute long REM cycle, and that can be bizarre dreams such as just flying through the universe, everything feels real even. That's like the time when people have lucid dreams even, or sleep paralysis. And so just monsters and not fun stuff, but I guess fun stuff too, depending on what you're into. And so when your sleep cycles are thrown off because of mania or depression or from taking bipolar medications, you could be having irregular REM cycles or longer REM cycles, so more vivid and lucid, where they feel real, like you're actually like living in the dream. The rapid eye movement is basically telling your body to not move, and that's why some people experience the sleep paralysis and actually wake up in the middle of it. It's to keep you from acting out your dreams, which most people, scientists, doctors will tell you, and which is good, because if you're in a flying dream and you wake up in the middle of that, you really, or don't wake up in the middle of it, you don't want to be physically acting that out, because then you might be jumping out of buildings. So that is just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. Thank you all for supporting this channel so far. Like, I feel like I've finally found my groove, and so look out for new episodes every single Friday. And please, 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 I'd love to chat about this topic in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't. Thank you to those who have already. This is Bipolar Untangled. I'm Rudy Caseres. Until next time,